It's time for Icebox, the map that I think represents the Northern European scene the best. Not because of its pick rate, but because it's set in a northern area, right? Yeah, go figure, go figure. My name is Palace, also known as an ex-warrior. I swear I'll tone down the nonsense and my own self tongue twisters and bring in Kremer to give us serious notes and talk about how another human tripwires can come back here, because their victory looks a lot less likely and the chances of qualifying to playoffs seem to be slowly getting into the hands of Cova.
You may be turning down the nonsense, but Scooby-Doo impressions will be due over the course of Icebox for Val League _NE on Twitter to do us dirty again. However, as we go over to Icebox, it's going to be quite interesting for Human Tripwires, purely because our wealth of knowledge about this map from them is nothing. They have no data on this map whatsoever. So for human tripwires, they're going into the unknown against two cars. Now, the silver lining they could take is two cars have not had much success on this map. I think the most recent game was a 13-4 loss against Excel, I believe, and that was, I think, this time last week.
Are you impressed by what you see here? Human Tripwise going for a chamber comp. I like it. Radsky getting into it. Yep. But we're also seeing Jet put into play. We've seen teams kind of go for a double controller. We've seen them put a double duelist setup. We've seen them bring a Killjoy to the mix, which is what Hookahs are doing.
The main duel I want to see here is the Sage duel between Akimbo and Mookie. Furthermore, I want to see what Hookahs can do in terms of firepower on David. Now, they don't have a Jet. Their quote-unquote duelist of this comp is Chamber. Let's be honest, Chamber is a duelist. So we'll consider this, the duelist battle between David versus both Devo and Radsky. Now, Radsky's Killjoy I really liked last map, so I'm interested to see what he can do on the Chamber against Sunshine, who's actually choosing to remain on that Killjoy.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Hookah's looking to test out a comp to prepare it into playoffs as well, given that they've already won their opponent's map pick. Now they're playing into their own hands on the grounds that they know all too well. But as you said, for Human Tripwires, we're walking into uncharted territories, which is what is going to make this very interesting, regarding also that everything is on the line for them, right? If they lose this, they're in trouble.
It's over.
I mean, it's not quite over. It depends on Cova winning their match, right? If Cova lose their match to Alliance, which doesn't look likely, yes, it could be over.
We're assuming Cova win that series.
We are assuming Cova win this, and this could bite us in the end, couldn't it?
It really could come back to bite us. Come back to haunt us. But for Hookahs, let's focus on the map at hand, that being Icebox. And for Hookahs, they're looking to be starting on that attack with a bit of a bid for mid control here.
Yeah, but Octastream will be thrown straight at them. Wall to follow it up as well. Radsky's going on an excursion. Look at this cheeky man. He's got the reinforcements of Debit, thankfully for him, so the dash will come forth from him to salvage his own life. But the wraparound from Hookahs looks to be heading towards this A site where Human Tripwires already have placed the defenders.
Vicky, able to buy a bit of space here on the off angle, has Robbie to support him with a gap in this wall. Needs to be very wary of the approaching members here. Shoot pros for a bit of info, exchanges shot darts though.
That's such a strong wall place there from Human Tripwise to delay it, but also get them out into the open and get them forced to play onto the site. But Muke is missing out some of his shots, which means that it will be trading favorably in favor of Hookahs. Scratch that. Devo's looking to change the script as he has to double up with EMBO now to play this 2-on-2.
It's a bit of a delay for EMBO to catch up for the rest of the attack as well. Devo, Sheriff in hand. Huge amount of firepower ready to be unleashed here.
David is playing so close, and the snakebite does land where his feet are. Akimbo playing the off corner. Oh, David, what a shot. All down to Devo with the Sheriff at hand, 5 bullets and 2 players. Spike also needs to be defusing time, therefore needs to be wary of it. Good balance of tempo there from Hookahs. They're able to scramble the victory. It did seem close at the start, though.
I really like how Hookahs that actually rotate their crossfire throughout the course of that 2 versus 2. They take first crossfire onto EMBO, then they just both fan and they list their position while still being in a position where they can trade one another. Really, really nice spot teamwork there, and they just end up taking the 2 versus 1 on Devo, shutting him down. Really nice start. For Hookahs, though, moving to the boat, moving to the anti-eco. Marshals, Spectres, David going a little bit aggressive here by only holding on to the ghost.
Okay. Alright. I mean, probably you want to be using his Headhunter. But yeah, there's no reason to buy his Spectre. save that weaponry. I know Lothar has a lot of strong opinions about this, and I think he'd agree with what David is going for. Hopefully, David does use his ultimate as soon as he gets it, and not really keep it for too long. Oh, we can go on a rant about that. Who can blame him? You know, can't expect top-tier teams to not use it.
David does still need to pick up a few alt points, though, and thankfully, this is a target-rich environment, this A site. These targets present themselves.
The first target that did present himself did end up dying. An EMBO with a shorty on close distance can do quite a bit. It's only costing him 200 credits, but the punch it can pull on close quarters, oh, it could be so much, and it is. Sunshine falls, and it's taking a while for them to find the trade, which means the chase will give Mookie an opportunity to rotate around and group up with his teammate. We're looking at a 4-on-3 here. Hookah still unable to find the positioning to get the spike down, and Devo is putting that Sheriff to excellent use. Oh, they're on the front foot, and the human tripwires look to close us out. Calls the upset straight out of the bat. Hookahs are not going to be too happy losing this one. Shock dart landing. Ratsky, headhunter, and he's found a head. David with everything to do. Up against the 4 of the tripwires. That's the first. That's the second. The triple kill for him. 8 bullets, and he wants the ace. Devo on top, draws out the ghost! Oh! Mistimed, and Devo again comes alive. A triple kill with him. That Sheriff does its job, and his human tripwires to find the second round of this game.
Bear in mind, Devo's ascent was, dare I say, a little bit quiet. To be able to come onto Icebox and almost explode onto the map, already with a Blade Storm, this is against a Tour de Force, which has just come online for David. This duel of ultimates I expect to see around 3 bring out both of them here. The question is, what wins? The 1,000-folded steel or that high-caliber French cannon?
Have you ever wondered what lies behind that door and why there's security teddy bears behind that? Is there a party going on in there?
Could be a party. Are they the bouncers? So we're not cool enough to be let in.
Yeah. Damn. Not the cool guys.
I know that feeling. Early start.
Sad. Wow, okay.
God, just like that. All that simmer for a moment.
Simmer for a bit. Okay. Oh. The reason we're playing around this round isn't because we're just trying to talk about Kremers' past with clubs. No, we're looking at human tripwires, looking at overwhelm with weaponry. Although Hookah should have done that the round before, I guess we may need to give him a benefit of the doubt. There's a gap through that cloud, but he's still unable to hit that shot. Ratsky close by, and this could be David's demise. No, able to rendezvous one time. Snakebite to delay the plant. Ratsky on close quarters. He's doing a lot of damage, and he's causing a lot of pressure. Doubles it up his score. Has the choice to retreat if you want to. Has the rendezvous available, but has to cost his life because that Tour de Force does its job. But they're running out of time, Kremer. 40 seconds. The human tripwires are playing this safe.
All of them have lined up here. This Sage Wall is going to be so crucial for Akimbo here. If this gets instantly broken, planting is going to be a nightmare.
They're looking to push past it. They're looking to find cover to get that spike down safely. Walk will come through as well. Embo may look to spray it down. Mask close by, and that is how he falls. Looking to put him on a tricky position to catch him off guard, but that won't not be happening. David with the Tour de Force is their only hope. If you find a collateral, that'd be crazy. But with only 1 bullet, surely you can't do much up against the 4 of human tripwires. Cloudburst permitting the cross. David forced out in a really difficult spot. Realizes no one is on the defuse, still stuck in that corner. They know he's there. Now we'll close up the gap. Embo with a headshot. Akimbo will fall as well. Beautiful follow-up from human tripwires. Very composed.
Human tripwires have put their foot down. Really, really nice retake there. I like how slow they take it. They're being very methodical, trying to bait out the push from Hookahs there, and it works beautifully. They isolate that Tour de Force, and they make sure they mitigate the damage it can have. Sure, the Blaze Storm did very little this round, but more importantly, it's that Tour de Force that did even less.
What was I saying about the Tour de Force? Okay, well, at least we'll be seeing an operator here from David. That's not too bad. The rest of the team will be able to buy up straight away. And due to the fact that they did win the pistol, they at least have a round to work with. But I'm sure they'll want a lot more out of this one. Human tripwires, though. Granted, they're the ones that are looking for this victory. Hookahs can just chill. they need to force their hand, although they want to be trying out some new strategies, but this in particular won't be working out for them. Devo gets out safely with a pick in his pocket.
Hoping for an opening here. This operator at point blank. He's trying to find a target, unable to do so. They back off, and with that, human tripwires. Very little control on A here.
Yeah, it seems they're very passive with this positioning. It seems they've already committed to a retake if it does end up happening. Mook ends up falling, and Devo as well. They've dropped the ball, I feel. And even though a wall is there to delay it, Ukaz have got the adequate amount of utility to keep them sustained in this matchup. Robbie closes up the gap. They need to be wary of the backline. Robbie gets one, but quickly traded. Ratsky's the next caveat at play. Oh, gets one. Can he turn it around? He might be able to do so. Switches the script. Akimbo, what a flick. And now the Resurrection can bring one of his teammates back to life, but he needs to find out where his opponent is coming from. Ooh, it's getting tough. Akimbo looking to reposition and will be able to bring one of his teammates back to life. And it's EMBO to see if he can salvage this for his team. Snakebite well placed. EMBO looking to find higher ground. Oh, he spotted out ahead and he's going in for more. EMBO misses out on a couple occasions. Whack-a-mole, but where's the hammer? Drops that. Where's the sheriff? EMBO! What a play! What a clutch! Gets it for human tripwires.
Where did that come from? It took so long. It was such a laboured gunfight. But Embo's able to clutch it out. 20 HP remaining. Oh, it feels like there were no winners in that, but human tripwires, they'll take the 3-1 regardless.
It felt like there were drunk people after being kicked out of a pub and trying to pick a fight, you know? Missing swings left and right. That was what we've been seeing there. Look at that. Miss swing, miss swing. And of course, it's got to be the acrobatic work to make it happen.
Wow. You don't have to go home, so long as you don't stay here. Oh, for Hookahs, this is going to be dicey. It's the best buy they can muster. There's the odd Vandal in the mix, but with pistols leading the charge here, human tripwires should have a relatively easy time shutting it down.
Okay. I suddenly feel that Hookahs have got a chance at this one. That splits the defenders in two. Gives an opportunity for Hookahs to split the map in two as well, but it doesn't seem that human tripwires want to allow that to happen. Mooka has positioned himself nicely and knows there's no movement in that direction, neither towards the extremity of B. It's been covered very nicely, but Hookahs have changed their mind. Slowly moving in. Could have contests. That is a toxic screen as well as a wall. Slow orb will delay it. Wall will make him out from Mooka as well, but maybe he's fancying his shot. Oh, realizes there's a toxic screen of his teammate there, which doesn't really allow him to have an optimal angle. Does push aggressively though, and he could be greeting Mushu. Oh, this could be uncomfortable. Muku delivers. The wall will come in right away, but he needs to be wary of Sunshine's angle. He is not, and still Hookahs are on top. Bratsky realizes David could be nearby. Oh, this is all down to timing. Is he comfortable enough to hold this angle for so long? He is. He's just going to stay until David repositions.
Spike planted.
And Devo, unable to find a shot, means that human tripwires are still trailing. Ratsky, though, his patience pays dividends. Viper's pit falls, but it's not next to the spike. It's to give his team cover, and we're looking at human tripwires looking to attempt something very difficult here.
They really are. Bear in mind, they went into this round with such a huge economic advantage. Just being turned on its head, Pavlos.
Oh, Akimbo. He can just hold this angle and cannot be comfortable to move out of the shadows like that. Akimbo waits for Raska to move through, diffused halfway. Nano Swarm does come to life. Embo, only 1 point of health, but he's got to fend off against 2. With a Nano Swarm at the spike, with Mast on top of him, with Akimbo to his side, he cannot get the Vin. But he runs away and saves his gun.
Silver lining, I think, to be able to save that Vandal for human tripwires. Bear in mind that it was, for Hookahs, I believe, a Vandal, a Guardian, and then the odd pistol, the odd Spectre in the mix. It's absolutely not what you want when human tripwires have been, the reality is, dictating the pace for these first couple of rounds. Hookahs, though, now what do they do? Because that was hard to mimic. You had to deploy the Viper's pits. We saw that sort of engagement in mid. It was very scrappy. I doubt it'll be that scrappy again. Interestingly, the human tripwires now. What is the solution?
doesn't feel like Hookahs are repeating the same play twice. Tripwires have found a difficulty in adapting, and now we're seeing a 4-4-man stack. Crossing mid. Oh, the timing, Robbie. This is dreadful. This is unlucky, but the wall is there. The slow is also there to help out. Hookahs very deep. Oh, the wall up. Oh, that's the caveat you never expect. Muke, it ends up with 2. He's turning around, but it's quickly traded. There's still one defender towards the site. Devo knows of the movement above him, but he no longer has the ability to dash away. Mishu just lines up his shot, swings past him, and takes him down. 2 versus 3 in favor of Hookahs.
Radsky, tour de force. While it's an amazing weapon to surgically remove players, what good can it do at point blank? Mishu able to avoid the snake bite as well. EMBO, does he predict this angle? Does he predict both players?
There's no way. Oh, okay. All right. 2 vertical angles. Ah, but they're unable to find a single one. It's so tough. The crossfire's too strong for Hookahs. You need something of a miracle to make that one work. To enter your way into this site. They're unable to do it. Hookahs square things up. A quad for Mishu. 3-3.
3-3, and with HTW, there's gonna... I don't like these sort of half buys where we're seeing the odd Vandal, the odd Spectre. I mean, yes, it worked for Hookahs, but I don't know how often that can be mimicked. There's already Resurrection available for Mookie. I doubt we'll see it this round. In terms of other alt managements, you look over the Hookahs now, Tour de Force available, 1 away from a lockdown. And what we've seen used quite frequently nowadays is a lockdown used in an afterplan, where you just use it to keep players off of the sites. I would love to see it used here if it comes down to a close round.
Hookahs started to garner some pace, and it seems they'll be able to carry it onwards as well. Even though the 3 defenders towards this A site, they've taken down 1 of them. They're very methodical with this push, actually. They're not taking too many chances. They need to be careful, though. There's a backline infiltrated. Devo has been spotted and has been taken down, though. Okay. Can't be too comfortable this particular round. All does come out. Sunshine entertaining the idea of crossing 4. Snakebite together with a slow orb, a nice idea, but it seems that Hookahs have kind of read it, playing it slow, not over-aggressing, very smart, and most position well known. The Hookahs aren't really committing now. It seems like they're double backing from their first decision.
Toxin screen down.
Hookahs are very hesitant to commit to the site at Pavlos. Very hesitant indeed.
Poison's on.
EMBO, the lone player, kind of point blank, if he gets killed, that's the round.
Well, they baited and switched it. And he does end up falling as well. That's a site for Hookahs, and they should be able to guarantee this. No issues whatsoever. Solid start.
Spike goes down. Human Tripwires, I guess the best hope here is a few kills, get out of there, maybe even save the odd Vandal. I don't want to see Devo lose this Vandal. I really want to see a save here.
Want to be a save? Seems like he's forced to save at this point. All of his teammates seem to be dying left and right. But he's sticking around. And Hookahs aren't really playing aggressive. They want to build their own economy. Akimbo, the first to fall. The rest of them not really entertaining the idea of a fight, apart from Mast. And that will be his downfall. Sunshine holding it down. Ooh, that's a triple.
Sunshine.
Okay, Sunshine.
Nuts spray transfer. Shuts down 2 players and instantly brings Hookahs their 4th round. Well, Hookahs take the lead, looking to continue dominance here. The Human Tripwires, we need something to change. Personally, I would like to see a little bit more aggression from them. We're seeing flanks come, but only after they already know that Hookahs are committing to a site. I would love to see players pushing through mid, covered by Devo with that operator, or players attempting to force out an opening, especially when you know that Hookahs don't like using these snipers on their attack. Use that operator. It's a surgical weapon, Pavlos. It's not a hammer. However, for Hookahs, when your hammer is your only tool, every problem looks a lot like a nail.
Damn, I like that reference.
That's a great phrase, isn't it?
That is a very great phrase. Very good phrase.
What is it referencing, actually? I didn't realize
it's not a reference. No, I misspoke. I meant phrase.
It's a cool phrase.
It is a cool phrase. Running out of phrases. We might be nerding out about this push. That lockdown just does everything. Human Tripwise forced out of it. This is a clear take for Hookahs, and we're clearly going to be seeing a 5v5 retake with Dabbing having a very, very aggressive angle with that tour de force. First kill of this round does get gifted to Robbie, which means Masked is no longer. No pools and clouds, no snake bites, no toxic screens. Quite a guy to have out of this round. Devo entering with an operator, that's something you don't see often. Robbie, Hunter's Jury, finding another kill. Dabbit desperately trying to find his way in, but his weapon was visible. Looking to spray down, but the wall is there. Can't interrupt it. This round is going to Human Tripwire's favor. They're keeping this a close score.
Absolutely perfect retake as well. I'm really impressed with Devo there. To be able to go point blank with that operator, to barrel stuff with it, still get that kill, and then survive to continue fighting. For Hookahs, that was a huge commitment as well. Lockdown, Tour de Force, Hunter's Fury, none of them worked. The Human Tripwires now, with an ult advantage, with an economic advantage, and now a Blade Storm to come out from Devo. I like how he's dropped the operator to Radsky as well, so he can bring out this Blade Storm here. A really nice way to save some economy. And for Hookahs, is that, hey, A-Site isn't working, let's try to get on B.
Now switching to B. But it must be scary to face up against an operator of Radsky. Oh, he's got his trigger discipline. He's not pulling the trigger. He's waiting until someone appears in front of his screen, so at least he can guarantee one and rendezvous away. That's one. Oh! I was so sure he hit that shot, but David was quicker, apparently.
Oh,
and for that reason, they come out on top. Hookah started to push towards the B site.
A lot of early damage being done here. There's the resurrection also David, but it may not matter. Play's still falling here.
EMBO is sticking around. He's being a very sneaky man here. Oh, and he's going to be able to catch that Kimbo off guard. Resurrection also coming forth. Human Tripwires look composed as ever. They've got a perfect read, a perfect execution, and they're fragging the hell out of Hookahs right now. Sunshine and David, though, looking to put dirt in my mouth, as I have spoken too quickly. Radsky pushing aggressively. What a shot. All down to Sunshine. Overwhelmed by the firepower of Radsky. He comes alive. What a back and forth, but it's the Tripwires to prevail.
I won't lie, Pavlos. Devo just gave us a perfect representation as to why you use buckshot instead of birdshot. He jumped twice to try and destroy that that trademark from the chamber, and both times it misses because of the inaccuracy from that shorty. There you go. That's why you change your ammo. That's why you change your ammo right there. And to be honest, if you could use slugs in a shorty, that would be a weapon of ammo. That would be a terribly frightening weapon. But we're getting sidetracked. Hookahs.
We are getting sidetracked.
Mishu, Vandal in hand, looking to lead this assault away. But the Human Tripwires, they've shown time and time again, this aid of retake is their focus, not initially holding the site, but already going 2 players down. Big whiff from Rasky there.
Are we seeing another Sheriff win? Are we seeing the turnaround? We saw a bonus work out for Human Tripwires earlier on. So whether they're able to take this even further, it'll be interesting. Still at a deficit. Still traded equally for Hookahs after that first pick. Robbie's let one creep past Kitchen. He can do quite a bit. But just made distraction. Muke pushes forwards. Uh-oh. They're in trouble. Hookahs shouldn't be winning this, and they found themselves some rifles. They found themselves an A-site control. Robbie can't do this all by himself. Unless he does wonder work. The call has been given that EMBO is infiltrating the back line, but there's no back line to infiltrate. They're all dead.
Spike planted.
At what point does EMBO save it?
Can't be killed.
Shuts down the Viper. That's nice. You might be able to retrieve the operator and hightail it here.
Toxins going up.
Hookahs, though, look at how they position themselves. They are more than ready to hunt. More than ready to hunt.
Toxin screen
I mean, they already know that we're going to buy next round either way. I guess they're looking to wait for the time to tick down just a bit more so they can feel more comfortable to let this explode. Go after the kill. Embo's going for it. He knows this is a must win. Oh, that's the first. But he doesn't expect someone to be right beneath him. And that is where he'll drop. 5-5. I don't think anybody expected this game to be this freaking close.
No, not at all. Bear in mind the difficulty Human Tripwires had to get established when we were over on Ascent. It took them a good kind of 10 rounds to warm up, but now they've come out the gate swinging. And for Hookahs, now we need to start seeing some some real almost wake-up calls from them. Yes, they won this round, but that was punishing human tripwires for their aggression, not necessarily because they were there to actually win by their own strategies. Human tripwires, once again, looking for some aggression here with Devo pushing up B long.
Ball taken. Retrieved.
Here.
Looking at the ultimates of the two teams, Sunshine has got himself a lockdown. Can be taken for an attack. But very spread out Hookahs. One of the rare times we've seen them go for a default approach. Anticipating perhaps human tripwire's aggression. Oh, Devo's gone unspotted. How'd it do? How'd it do? But they're not really pushing though, which does really not make a difference to Devo's position. If they would have, what a position would the Devo have been?
Honestly, it's anything aggressive. Anything aggressive works for him. But I'm losing faith, Pavlos. Right now, it's human tripwires whose mistakes are what's causing them to get punished.
He's so aggressive. He's so far forward. Oh, gets one. It seemed he was able to TP out, but not in time. Masked bullet beat him to it. Somehow that rhymed. Lockdown, initialized. Robbie, very aggressive here. He'll be stuck in place, but looks to get one kill before he ends up falling. Sight will be taken over. The wall will assist them with the plant, but Muka is going in. Seems to have a telegraph position here. Human tripwires looking to suffocate Hookahs in so they don't get good post-plant positions, but the wall from the Viper has given them a lot of space. Viper split will come through as well, and David is all you need. From an operator to a headhunter, they'll be able to shoot them all down. Devo wrapping around. It seems they know where he is. He seems to be spotted. He gives away a lot of audio cues. And even though David struggles with the first shot, he draws out the classic 3 kills with 3 different weapons. Hookahs on 6.
Last round in the half.
6-5. They've guaranteed at least a draw in this first half. But now, Pavlos, how do they recover it? How do they keep this lead? Human tripwires, it feels like their aggression is just being constantly used against them. I want to see them go back to that passive start we saw for the first 4 rounds, which went in their favor. You look at the ult management as well. Tour de force on both teams. We're not going to be seeing it from David. He's already got an operator anyway. Those sheriffs in the hands of Mookie and Ratsky. This is not how you want to end your half, Pavlos.
It really is not. Uh-oh, Ratsky. Such a great angle. Doesn't even have to use a rendezvous to get out of the position. David, though, will be able to retrieve him, though. Operator in hand, and now he's opened up the B slight push. They've got 2 angles of infiltration. Mast looking to keep the rotations at bay as well. He's keeping them busy for quite some time. Devo over in Snowman also has to die. And we're looking at a 3-on-4 already. Hookah's looking to extend this lead. And EMBO is stuck. They know exactly where he is.
David on the high ground spots out a player. Is going to be damaged for that. He's continuing it so aggressive. Robbie can't even join to help. EMBO is so pitifully alone here. He does have a Viper's Pit, but does he dare deploy it?
What? How did Muka get a kill there? That completely changed the status of this round. This is doable for human tripwires now. Especially when the Viper's Pit comes in. Oh, but Mishu has a side angle. Never mind. EMBO, you know you're going to get pre-fired. Somehow that Viper's Pit helps them a little bit more than it does you. This is rough. As soon as it touches that spike, it will start spraying towards him. Especially when they have a Hunter's Fury as well. EMBO gets off it. It's wasted. But his time is wasted as well. 13 points of health. The spray down will do it. Mishu with a 4-piece. We'll give Hookahs the lead at half-time. 7-5 in favor of the Cars.
When we have the little glitch where you jump back to a Viper after they've deployed their Viper's Pit, it looks like they're just stumbling around looking for a hug. But anyway,
that is such a wholesome way to see it.
Yeah, what
and kind of sad. I don't know. It was kind of Viper's Pit, just Viper's Pit. It kind of felt like Viper was just, you know. I don't know if you remember those things from Hamleys, but you know those magic string things that you don't see it, but you think they're floating something between the hands. I thought it was just some like magic voodoo thing with the Viper just playing around with a Vandal. That's kind of what it looked like, but going after for a hug, that is...
A hug is much better. Hugs are way better.
Hugs are nice. You've got a good hug, man.
Thanks, man. Hukas sets up with a very aggressive stance outside of me. Stop flirting with me, Pavlos. Human tripwires. Let's set up outside of A.
I made him blush, guys. I made him blush.
We're looking for an opening.
Mission achieved. We'll talk about missions. Human tripwires, they've got a long way to go. They're already down a map, right? So this is do or die. Otherwise, they'll have to give up their hopes to playoffs to Alliance and hope that that all-Danish team can turn it around and get their first win in this tournament. Spike goes down in the pistol. Human tripwires with control. We're looking for a 5v5 retake.
Now, Human Tripwires sets a pretty strong precedent when it came to retakes on this A site. Hukas, even with a fraction of their success, may be in a pretty good position here. This wall goes down though.
Looking to find high elevation. Sunshine finding one, quickly traded though. Mookie able to find himself a better position. Devo as well. Mookie up close and personal with the right clicks of that classic. Oh, but they find themselves a wall to get the diffusal on, but he's just overwhelmed here. Akimbo may be able to find one kill, but that is all he will be getting in that instance. Human Tripwires get the pistol win, and will be closing up that gap quickly.
7-6, and the beauty of a 7-5 scoreline is the second you win the pistol round, you're straight back into it, and it goes to 7-7. Something I'm interested in seeing now for Human Tripwires is whether or not they're going to be able to continue this, because as we saw, their start of the half was so damn strong, but it starts getting a little bit shaky if they end up losing this initial man advantage. They were good to recover it in the pistol round there, but they need to be able to continue that swiftness to respond.
I'm interested to see how Human Tripwires are able to open things up here in this particular round. It seems that Hukas are taking a bit of an initiative in mid. A bit of a gamble to rotate towards the B site quickly. Having faith that, okay, either this works out and we have a good read, or it doesn't, and we'll just try and spend all 5 players on the retake. They won't be able to find any damage early at all, right? Spike goes down in the safety of that wall. Hukas, let's see. What car will you be? Will you be a Mini Cooper or a smart car? Will you start rolling past them like a Range Rover or a Hammer? Seems to be the former, because they did absolutely nothing. Could have hurt a fly. And we're looking at a 7-7 score. We're all tied up.
I love how you named every single car that wouldn't be overtaking someone there. That was impressive. Human Tripwires now with a bonus to play. What I quite like is for Devo, with the early investment of the Vandal, it means that their bonus still has a bit of teeth behind it. On top of a successful pistol round, he's one away from a Blade Storm already. Over on Hukas, Vandals across the board. We're not seeing Ultra Wild from this team. They need their aim and their minor utility to be what elevates them to victory here, to keep this lead. Otherwise, Human Tripwires, momentum's good. Question is, will they take their foot off the accelerator this time?
Will they do that? They've been good to find entries, though. They've been pretty darn good at that. They've got the safety of the defensive side to carry this on forwards, but Human Tripwires have struggled on the attack. They've struggled on Haven, on Ascent, excuse me. Which makes me think that this slow pace may give them difficulties again. We've seen teams at the upper echelon of play that have adopted this playstyle, like Mech, for example. And it hasn't been working out for them that greatly, has it? They need the adaptation of amping up the pressure. 4v5. As Hukas look to get in with a weaponry. Human Tripwires is a good start for them, and it's a good opportunity for them to win out this bonus. They're going to circulate around it, but Hukas are moving in as a unit all together. Most of them coming up from this upper side. Devo's been spotted. Mishu with the first kill. This is what they want. Hukas want to get on top here. If they don't, they may be in trouble. Looking to close this out. Right here, right now, Mishu lining more shots down, 3 to 4. Mishu aggressive. Ratsky holds his line. Robbie as well. We're looking at a one-on-one duel all of a sudden, and EMBO hasn't been spotted. Oh, Jorel, your classic man! EMBO recovers it, and Human Tripwires win one that just shouldn't have been there to begin with.
Oh, how do you go into a gun front out of ammo? Switches to the pistol. Oh, my heart, David. That is just so crushing. And the Human Tripwires, that is a round they had no business converting. EMBO here, he's just given free reign. Oh, David! That's an 8-7 lead for human tripwires now, and you look over to the money of Hookahs. I know what you're thinking. What money? Good question, Pavlos. It's down to sheriffs, and that's it. Oof. Early B presence to try and contest here as human tripwires start making a slow push, but hey, what is there to defend against it?
You have to mentally come back from a choke like that.
Yeah.
Not only economically, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a timeout there. Seems I don't want to slow the pace of this game anymore, but it really is falling into the hands of how human tripwires want to be playing this. They try and go for a little bit of an excursion, does get interrupted. But we're looking at pistols here, man. Quite frankly, the odds of them doing something out of this, it's quite... Can't really expect much. Although we saw human tripwires perform, why not Hookahs? Why not? Why deny them the opportunity? Robbie, he's close by. Oh, he's headshot range. He's died. Oh dear.
Look, he's got the resurrection though. And Mish is all by himself all of a sudden. It needs 2 magical shots that he cannot pull out of his hat. Human Tripwires, not only did they find the lead the previous, they extend it even further at this one.
Yes, it's a 9-7, but Hookahs made that, dare I say, unnecessarily close. I feel like Hookahs did a very good job at punishing these peaks and just going in swinging. However, we're still yet to see a Hookahs timeout. It's actually human tripwires pull the timeout here. And I like the fact we're seeing a timeout. I'm just surprised that we're seeing it from human tripwires.
I'm also surprised, but I think they now know that there's a buy round incoming from Hookahs. So they need to make sure that there's no momentum gathered by their opposing Danish team, right?
Oh, this is the ultimate fight of Northern Europe, by the way.
Swedes and Finns on the left, Danes on the right. Ultimate glory. I'm proud of their representative, pride of their representative countries.
Yeah, and here I am, stuck in the middle with you, with human tripwires. Going for that timeout, and what I'm really looking forward to seeing here is potentially some aggression off the back of it. Now, what we quite commonly see is timeouts called, and then it's a rush. We see that pretty much all esports. So for some reason, that's just the way to go. It's really, really common, and for human tripwires, I would like to see them kind of keep to the norm here. Bearing in mind that Hookahs, their effectiveness comes when they trade. They are losing so many point-blank game duels. Rushing a site isn't a bad call.
Wouldn't be too bad of a call at all, but granted, they're able to trade successfully. Their post-plants have been pretty solid. You got to give that to human tripwires. Once they get themselves that spike down, more often than not, rounds do go in their way. Bit of a walkover into kitchen, spotted, telegraphed, which means Sunshine will be dedicated in that position for a little bit longer. Devin's aggression will have to be set aside for now. The outro also reveals that Ratsky has fallen back and given over that kitchen control that he originally had gained.
That's a nasty angle.
Beautiful angle.
Toxin screen down.
And it puts human tripwires on top. Well, Hookahs on top. Human tripwires at a deficit. They're so slow. Very slow.
Time was a curse for them on Ascent. It could very well be so again here. Bear in mind, the Killjoy utility is already in such a good position to delay this.
And the Sage is also there, right? Slow orbs, walls.
Yep.
Oh, this is
Toxin
down to the
screen.
wire. Hoping that they baited and switched successfully, but the wall will come through perhaps. Nanoswarm. Oh, okay. That's going to delay it. Oh, this is going to delay it. 15 seconds. Have to move away. Akimbo has found himself an opportunity. They've actually aggressed instead of falling back, which means they've gathered space. Now the wall will come through. Now Muke will get that spike down, and it looks like it will be feasible. Dropping back. We're looking at a 4-on-4. Just in time. Human tripwires well calculated. Can they draw it across the finishing line here, Krem?
It's just so important that they do. If this round fails, they are out of cash and out of solutions to human tripwires.
This position from Ratsky is everything. Getting the wall bang onto Mats, looking to double it up, but no. David trading it forwards. Spike touch, putting pressure onto their opposing side. Won't be able to see their spike for now. Snakebite thrown at them. They're running out of utility. They're running out of time, though. Hookahs looking to move through. They need these kills. They need them quick. Mishu delivered. They find Muke. They know where he is, but they're unable to shoot him down. Instead, they get shot upon. Human Tripwise on double digits.
This is now where Hookahs need it. I want to see a timeout, Pavlos. I really want to see a timeout. Right now, nothing is working. And even Sunshine, right? The Killjoy utility isn't doing anything. You delayed it, but to what ends? You had no way to follow up that delay. In fact, so much so, the second that spike was tapped, you burned everything. It feels like Killjoy potentially not getting the mileage that Hookahs may have been hoping for on Icebox here.
Doesn't seem like they are. Seem to be falling flat, and Human Tripwise pace is throwing them off. They want this to be a little bit fun, and that's what Davin likes to see. Unnecessary pace dividends. Akimbo is down. Devo regresses. Hookahs put their hands up and give their opponents access to the ace site, but they know they've got the advantage in numbers.
David now adopts a very passive angle, realizing that with a man advantage, you don't want to risk foregoing it, fighting for a site that may not even be committed to here. There's such a deep angle as well from Musk. They're in a position where they're forcing out utility. There's that utility forced out. Viper's Pit comes out. Hunter's Fury actually tags the Viper. Doesn't quite kill them though.
So close to do so. Oh, David with another. He's come alive this game, but he's just traded his life. At least there's a tag onto EMBO, and the spike hasn't quite gone down yet. There's pressure on them, and it's bought time for Master to come in from the backside. He doesn't need to commit here, Mishu, and thankfully he's got a suppressed weapon. That means he can line his shots without being completely spotted. Master and Mishu line up their shots in time. Hookahs eventually get themselves around on the board. It's been a while, but they get there.
My worry, Pavlos, is how frequently can David do that? How often can he do that? How often can he go to the high ground and just pluck two players out of the map when the second already knows he's there? The fact he even had the option for a third is impressive. The fact that Human Tripwires were able to make the round look so close, despite going two men down instantly, is impressive in itself. I'm a bit confused as to what Devo was doing, actually, not anticipating David to be above him. It does come back to bite him. But 10 to 8, this is anyone's game now. And bear in mind, when games are this close, it becomes a game of utility. Right now, economic damage is going to become everything.
You said it. It can become everything. The final vestiges of the game. David, it's been spotted, it's been tagged. Drags himself away further back. That Aldrin gives him quite a bit, right? Human Tripwise. Again, very far back. Once the Aldrin has been expended, looking to move forward. It seems the name of their game so far is to allow Hookahs to use a lot of their utility to then move in when there's not enough of it to be used when they go for that attack.
Yeah, absolutely right here with Human Tripwires preparing this attack to this A site. Mishu desperately hoping to catch him off guard.
What can you do, David? I've done it before.
Taken out.
Oh,
What's the opening?
Mishu! You love to see it. But for Human Tripwise, it's alarm bells. Thankfully for them, it's no one influential in mid, at least in the A site that has died. Has been the lurker. Muket will be able to replenish themselves. Rasky is so aggressive in this angle. That can catch players off guard. You don't expect someone to be here. Devo lines up his shot. He's actually found himself some reinforcements. Robbie doubles it up. Mask is there to stop them. Mask is there to get another head. He rips them apart. Akimbo with a resurrection, bringing 4 back alive for Hookahs. Muke, all that remains, but not for long. Hookahs are back. All off the back of Moss aggression.
10 to 9. Hookahs are mounting a comeback here. And for me, I'm very, for me, I would have much rather actually have seen a KO rather than a Killjoy here. Because the Killjoy's utility hasn't been doing anything, even on the sites where they placed it. But what would be better would be the flashbangs from the flash drives. So you're able to move in for the retake setups, and retakes just become that much easier when you have a form of flash. Doesn't matter who, but just anything here. And I think the Icebox KO is certainly not unorthodox. We've seen it a lot in Asia, and I believe North America is starting to adopt it as well.
to be fair, these two teams do like it. Kind of works out for their playstyles.
Granted, you need to remember though, this is a map which human trip players have zero data on. New cars, it's a low win rate map for them regardless, so there's potential here that this is all calculated.
Yeah, and then EMBO doesn't mind having his prep, right? Doesn't mind knowing what's going on. Can really get these boys prepped up in time. She loves to see. But this time around, it seems the frags are doing it for Hookahs, but these post-plants cannot be good for them. They've been shaky, they've been 50-50, and with the fact that David falls, Muke doesn't get the spike down. That is one of the hell of an influential kill coming in from Sunshine. And Rasky has to pull up the carry pants. Oh, Sunshine, there's no way you expect your backline to be infiltrated. Oh, Rasky, what a sneaky menace. Mishu, can you shut it down? Yes, you can. Down to 3-on-2 with the spike now being planted. Robbie held back. They know they're only dealing one onto the side. Will they be able to isolate him? Looking to run right past him. No bullets remaining in the rifle of Robbie. Taking full advantage off of Kimbo. And now we're looking at a Devo. He's done it before. He's capable of doing it again. But will he? Snakebite at his feet. Falls back. Oh, that's the first. Oh, that's the second Devo. No way. Dashes away, that was close. Mishu touches a spike, not a second time though, which means Devo can be comfortable, but he's thrown out at him. Touched, but he's out into safety. Looking for the head! Devo! The Clutchmeister comes back again!
Comes back again, he rears his head, and for Hookahs, the bitter taste is going to be there. They handed that to human tripwires, taking your jewels one at a time and giving Diva free reign around, which once again Hookahs looked like was part of their comeback, part of their garnament of control. But no, Devo's there to punish it. Devo's there to punish every misstep Hookahs make. This is followed up by Radsky as well, who's able to just disappear into enemy lines here.
I can't believe Devo just pulled off a 1 versus 3 clutch. That could salvage human tripwire situation in this series. And keep the hopes alive for playoffs at Polaris. Devo!
Oh
Devo! Stop it!
Hello! What's happened? What clicked?
What has he consumed?
5-on-4 retake, and Hookahs don't have cash. They either win this or they save.
They need to go for this. They need to win. Oh, the fact that they get the kill does make them a little bit more comfortable. But they need it. Oh, Rasky's going to be so aggressive. Resurrection's going to be coming through. That's going to cause Sunshine to play very aggressive himself, but that means that Robbie ends up falling. The res doesn't pay dividends, but it buys time. At least Snakebite falling must. Looking to get his team onto that spike defusal. Touch, but not committed to. EMBO doubles it up. Human tripwires have got full control. They've got zero data on this, and Hookahs could have never read it, but they come here determined to get the dub, and it seems they are very close to getting it.
12-9, and we are on the precipice of seeing a third map come out to Power Veloz. And for human tripwires, this is a position where they just get ready to take it home. Yes, they don't have any ults. Robbie is one away from a Hunter's Fury to counteract that of Mishu's, but let's be honest, the ults haven't had effect. It's Hookahs' retakes which have just been collapsing. They've not been able to trade, and human tripwires have just been playing Icebox to perfection here.
I'm still overwhelmed by Devo's clutch. That retake, obviously, you know, the post-plant setup, perfect. Human tripwires are doing a splendid job here. Oh, Sunshine! Sunshine hasn't had enough of it yet, but it's still being traded, which means Mishu has to put on those carry pants. Recon at his feet. Akimbo with a sheriff. That could be a vandal to be picked up. Embo is so freaking low. It's not over till it's over. Mars finds a shot through the wall, and it's Robbie to do it. It's Robbie to take human tripwires home. Can they do it? No, they cannot. Not yet. Hookahs hold on to that damn steering wheel and says, who cares?
Who cares? Well, you have to care for 2 more rounds at least, Pavlos, just to get yourselves to overtime. Really strong round from Sunshine there. But here's the thing. 2 kills and a 3rd headshot. And for a moment, it looked like it could have been won by human tripwires. They almost got that spike down regardless. Thankfully, they didn't. We move into our next buy. Viper's Pit ready from EMBO, accompanied by the Hunter's Fury. Hunter's Fury on lockdown over on Hookahs here. For David. Is this a Sheriff round with a Headhunter? he has enough respect.
And Hunter it is. Okay. Maybe he's feeling it. Human Tripwise haven't gone for too many aggro rounds straight out of the bat. Last time they did, Sunshine was able to start things off well with a double. Viper's Pit dropping. They know that is their saving grace. Spike yet to get initialized. Stand still. Quiet. Calm before the storm. First lightning shots strike. But no one is hurt. Still, Human Tripwise stick around until they know they've got an adequate amount of time to get that spike down. More comes off as well. Very clever. Human Tripwise have baited out that Hunter's Fury twice so far this game in a similar fashion. Hunter's Fury will come through from Robbie this time around. This is how they close things out. Master's low. They cannot afford to drop this. Not now, not ever. And they can push through. EMBO with a shorty. Of course it's EMBO with a shorty. In the midst of the Viper's Pit. They're looking to take this to a third, but Sunshine hasn't had enough of it yet. Shown at the previous, but they're running out of time. The spike is ticking. David. Oh, he's got in it. Oh, they're jumping over him. It means that Robbie and Rasky are all that remain. They haven't been able to get themselves into the spike, and Akimbo is just too damn far away from it. He can't even get the kills in time. He can't even get the defusal in time. Run if you will. It shall not matter. Get all the kills if you will. It shall not matter. 13-10 is the score, and Human Tripwise are taking us to third and deciding matchup and keep their hopes alive for playoffs.
Really, really strong map there from Human Tripwires, and honestly, just their retakes on their defensive side and then their actual afterplants were just immortal. I believe it must have been about 5 or 6 times on that second half those afterplants went in their favor, just decimating Hookahs there. And for me, that was all Devo. He woke up that game.
He did. He did. But I've got to hand it to Human Tripwise. Their understanding of how they wanted to play those post plants was perfect. That slow play style wasn't working out on Ascent, right? Wasn't working out at all. But on Icebox, the longer rotations helped them play Hookahs like a fiddle. And often Hookahs, yeah, they were respecting them, right? They were allowing them to move onto those sites. And when they did, they often lost some of those trades. So they thought, okay, let's take the similar amount of players alive to go for that retake. But it never worked out because Human Tripwise had perfect rotations, were always baiting out the utility beforehand, so there was less for Hookahs to work with to begin with, and they themselves had kept their resources available to use at the final vestiges. Incredible.
It feels like Hookahs maybe lost this in the agent select, really. I feel like the Killjoy didn't really do anything. Even on the defense. What the advantage would be Swamp Grenade delays, but it doesn't stop anything. It delayed for a couple of seconds, and then everyone just died anyway.
It was a perfect response from Human Tripwise, right? Just wait it out. Fake spike plants.
Yeah.
Let them use the utility,
the KO.
and then throw the wall to get the spike down. They've done that a couple of times. Not only a couple, just more than that, I'd say. Wow, I'm impressed. This is a strong performance. I wish we would have seen that on Ascent as well, but we did not, which means we're looking at a decider, which is fun. I know Salty J is probably smiling right now because he loves a third map. Okay, 13-10 is a score. Let's have a look at the MVP scrum.
For me, EMBO being the MVP makes perfect sense. He had some incredible plays that map. It would have been tied between EMBO and Devo anyway. EMBO taking it, understandable, frankly. For David on the chamber, he tried to play like a duelist. It just felt like the actual duelist did outclass him. And so for David, he just wasn't quite able to tick it through. What I want to highlight is that David and Mishu were the main players who were really killing on this team. It felt like Sunshine mastered Akimbo. While their util usage was alright, at least for mastering Akimbo, they weren't able to frag as hard as the supporting cast of Human Tripwires.
No, it didn't seem like it. I think what could have turned the tide around for Hookahs if they would have won the round against Devo in that 1-on-3. I think we would have been an entirely different score if they would have won that, because it demoralized them, and at the same time, for the Human Tripwire side, they felt alive. They were probably fist bumping like crazy, and, you know, props to them. Props to them. We want to see more of that, and I think we will be able to get a chance to see that on the third map. Stay tuned, everybody. Have that tab open because it feels like the action has only just begun.
I play it, but I don't main it.
Sage.
Sage.
Harry, that was a bit delayed. I don't know if you knew that one.
Delayed?
Yeah, it was a bit delayed.
Come on, all of these are easy.
I have no clue.
I actually have no clue.
Breach.
Viper.
I have no clue on this one.
It's a total guess.
Breach as well. You're lying. You didn't say breach.
I said breach. What?
There's no way all said breach.
I heard,
Totally
I heard
different
one say Viper as well.
I said
Yeah,
Viper.
that was.
Okay. But then I heard 3 say Breach or something like that.
I said breach.
Oh, you didn't! You didn't! You said Viper! I said Killjoy.
Breach.
Sky. It's Breach, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
I think it's like his arm, his elbow.
Yeah.
I said breach.
Sky.
Sky.
It's Killjoy.
I never played, I don't know.
Oh, I see it. I see it. That is, you know, okay.
I kind of see it now. Come on, all of these are easy.
I'm lost.
Who has a pocket?
wait. I think I know this.
Oh, I know as well.
Brimstone.
Yeah.
No, I said Race.
What? You said race? Yeah, it's definitely Brimstone.
I don't see that on Brim. Okay.
Okay.
You know this?
I don't. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Oh my god, it's the rope stone.
Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't know I was that area. You know?
Okay, I got it wrong.
Okay. This isn't real. I was just say it's in one of the spawns, so we can guarantee one of us get it right. I'll go defender and you go attacker. It has to be because you know on the edge of the map there's like the shards. I'm saying it's one of those. One of us can win.
Cheating, okay.
Okay, I'll go defender. You can go attacker. You've just zoomed in on ice cream. That is.
Ah, okay.
I was pretty close though.